On September 10th, 2025, Charlie Kirk, a conservative commentator, founder of the Turning Point USA, he was shot and killed while speaking at the Utah Valley University. The shooter, well, they think they got him at this point. But in this video, I'm going to argue something uncomfortable. It wasn't just one person that killed Charlie. Not a single person, not a lone gunman. And until we face that truth, this cycle will not end. So who killed Charlie Kirk?
Witnesses say Kirk was answering a question about gun violence when the single shot rang out. Then there was panic, people running. Blood was pooling on the ground. Police say a shot came from about 200 yards away. A high powered, bolt action rifle was later recovered in a wooded area. Two people were initially detained, but both were released. And the shooter at first was still at large until President Trump, the following day, announced to the world that they had the suspect in custody. So this isn't just about one man's death, it's about a climate that was created that allowed this to happen. Charlie's killing is a disturbing trend, one that includes the escalation of political violence in America. Yeah, just a few years ago, you can recall two assassination attempts on President Trump, the shooting of Steve Scalise at the baseball field, and countless other state lawmakers, and probably a lot of other threats against political figures. But this isn't just random. No, it's a result of a nation that has normalized rage. Rage. And the idea that your political opponent, yeah, they're the enemy and they need to be taken out. So who killed Charlie Kirk? I say it was America. Now, why do I say that? Well, let me explain. I mean, let's start with culture, where outrage is currency and violence, that's entertainment. Don't believe me? Go to your favorite platform. What's trending? Violence. Let there be a fight downtown. 20 people watching. What will those 20 people do instead of getting involved and separating the two? They'll pull out their phones and go live on their favorite social media. America loves that. How about our politics? Left, right, whatever you want to call it. Now, for starters, yeah, I'm not a Democrat or a Republican or an independent. I'm nothing. I'm not even from the US. I was born and raised at a small island in the Pacific called Guam, although we're US citizens. And I did spend 23 years in the United States Army. And I'm going to tell you more about that later as it ties to what we're talking about today. But our politics, it's gotten worse. You would think that those people in Congress would vote based on what their constituents want, right? What their voters want. But you could tell that that's not so because every time one party votes, they vote right along party lines. Some say that, well, that's great. We all stick together. But not all voters in states stick together. Everybody have different opinions. So it's them against us against them. That's the politics. Then there's the media. Oh, the media where the algorithm it rewards the most hatred voice, the most extreme voice. Just imagine some of these networks, what they say that constantly is echoed in young people's minds. That might be everything that they hear, everything that they talk about. And it just corrupts them to the point of doing something crazy like shooting somebody, or maybe even worse. And then there's empathy, where we scroll right past the threat. We see it, we know it's there, we know there's a problem, but we don't do anything about it until it's too late. Yeah, you see, we built kind of sort of a pressure cooker, right? It's like a pressure cooker. And every time we excuse the rhetoric, every time we laugh and we just say, that's just politics, well, we're turning up the heat and it is getting hot. So Charlie was 31. You know, it's funny because both me and the wife, we thought he was a lot older than that, probably early 40s, what we were guessing. But we were wrong. I guess he's just that much more mature. He was a father, husband, he had an awesome business. People loved him, not only here in America, but a whole bunch of other countries as well. And you can see them standing up to protest what took place. That sends a strong message to a lot of people. But whether you agree or not with his beliefs, you got to agree that his life was taken way too soon. And it should horrify you. Why? Because what happened to him can happen to somebody on your side as well. And if you don't think so, well, history says otherwise. Let me tell you a little story. You know, I mentioned I was in the Army for 23 years. I deployed to a third world country, I should say countries, to where they were having the same issues: civil unrest, civil war, which is what some people are calling for now. And if you haven't been to war, you don't want to go there. You could just look around us, look around America, just Afghanistan and Iraq. Not only all the people that have died, have passed away because of that war, but those that are left behind and are injured, mangled. That's what war does. But in this country, they were having the same issues because they didn't belong to a certain group. Now, here in the US, yeah, you're either left, right, independent, Democrat, Republican. You believe in abortions, you don't believe in abortions. You believe certain things about gender, rich, poor, you name it. There's so many different groups that are out there that people belong to and believe so hardly in it. And it's when one group doesn't believe what the other group believes and they want to use violence to exterminate that other group. And this is what was happening in this third world country. And it's hard to understand. It's also hard to see because one month neighbors were enjoying barbecues together. But when Civil War kicked in, if you weren't part of that one group, it was survival. People would tell me that, you know what? We had to kill them before they kill us. That was the name of the game. Whether I liked him or didn't like him, I had to kill him before he tried to kill me. Those that left their homes, set it on fire, or blew it up, just so that the other group wouldn't get to use it. That's the extreme. And so, is this the direction that America is heading? I think so, especially if those people that are calling for civil war, it happens. That's what you're going to get, neighbor killing neighbor. So if America killed Charlie, then America can save the next one. And that means calling out violent rhetoric, even when it's coming from somebody that we agree with, someone that we like, someone that's in our same party, same group. It's demanding better security during these public events. Can you imagine what might have been stopped if there was better security for Charlie? Refusing to label political opponents. That's really got to stop. Doesn't matter who started it, what side. That has to stop. Nobody's a Nazi. That's over with. Fascism, all these labels and these names, that has to stop. We're all human. And remember that disagreement, it's not war. Charlie would always say, you know what, as long as we're talking, we're good. It's when we stop talking that the violence begins. So the question isn't just who killed Charlie. The question is who's next? I'm sure a lot of people are thinking that right now. So if we don't change, America, this is on you. And it's on you to stop it. What are you going to do? This is Challenge Retirement Live saying, be safe out there.